No, that because they don't understand. Let me help you understand the mandate. The mandate is on the holy nation, not a group of people living in Israel. Most of the original holy nation, not even in Israel. Too many of them was sold out and went through the door, is a door gate of no return, during the transatlantic slavery. Many and most of those people were Hebrews. Satan still hate those original Hebrews. And most don't even know who you are. Don't even know it. That Satan have a holy hatred for you. You were the original carriers of the laws of the kingdom. You were the original people that established a holy nation. As a matter of fact, brown-skinned people were the first people on the earth. I didn't say black skin, I said brown skin. And when I said brown skin, I'm talking about the color of mine. I already did the studies. I did the studies on the gene pool. I got the books, the people who study this stuff. You don't get it from where you go to Africa, you're going to have dark skin. Well, why you get all them Europeans over in Africa still got the same color skin? Anybody ever thought about that? Why could you take someone who is from Sudan, which is the color of this right here, and put them in Europe and let them stay there 100 years, they still be the same color? See, we've been lied to. Well, Noah had 3 sons, and one son was black, and the other one was white, and the other one was a Jew. You a lie. Total lie. And people believe that stuff. And you got people with 1 million people in their congregation, and they teaching that stuff, and people believe it. And the scientists sitting back said, see, that's why I don't fool them church folk. They don't know nothing. They believe anything. I mean, gene pool will tell you that can't happen. You can't get different colors from a very dark-skinned person or a very light-skinned person. And he is not talking about high yellow color. I'm the color. You the color. Brown. You understand? And I'm not teaching black history, by the way. So he said, honor your father and your mother. So that's a what? A law. And what do Satan, what do he do? He'll cause children to do what? Rebel against their what? Parents, especially if you don't let them do what their peers at schools, parents let them do. Or you don't do things the way so-and-so, fill in the blank, the way they do it. So parents need to understand, as well as the children, that honor is a law. And parents, how do you stop your children from dishonoring you? And how do you motivate them to honor you? Where it come through what? Teaching, precept, and example. Parents, did you honor yours? Some of y'all getting your seed, your harvest, what you sowed. So did you honor your parents? Or do you honor your parents? And I always say this, mama didn't play, daddy didn't play, but I was the only one out of all the children that daddy whooped only one time. So he taught by the way he conducted himself honor. And he would teach me honor. Teaching, talk, sonny. When you pass by a person, you always speak to them. Don't just walk by someone and not speak to them. You always look at them and speak to them and shake their hand. Sonny, you always open the door for women. Sonny, you never put your hands on a woman. Sonny, you help your mama, whatever it takes. Make sure your mama this. Son, it's constant. Yes, sir. Okay, yes, sir. I was watching them do the stuff. Y'all getting this? But all this stuff out on social media and all these players, women and men doing all this trashy stuff, and then people get together, get married, and have children, and don't know what the heck they're doing. Why? Because there's no system of what? Honor. And then this generation, my generation, our children have it 900 times. Well, I say on my partner, Renee, you may be 100 times, because, she was brought up with a house that didn't leak and, all that good stuff. And they had heat that you turn a button on, and they didn't have to chop no wood. You know what I'm saying? But I had to chop the wood, make the fire. Didn't want to get up at night. It was too cold in the house. Whatever temperature was outside, that was temperature inside. Now you go and drink some water late and have to get up. You be trying to hold it. You have to get fully dressed just to get up. So as relates to what I had, my conditions that I went through, they got it 1,000 times better and don't know it. Don't have no idea. So what I do, I tell them about it. I remind them about it. I take them to the lot where I was raised at, show them pictures, when I'm around. show them the school, show them this, show them that, to let them know, to make sure you understand what you got. What you got was given. And you need to appreciate what you got. And my grandchildren, they should have more appreciation, because you're going to take what you got now, add to it, and you pass it to them, but you better pass the honor. You understand now? So you emphasize it. I tell them, hey, we got a will, live in trust. I'm not leaving nothing to no joker that's giving me problems. No, you're not getting nothing. Y'all a couple dollars. Just let you know I remembered you. Well, that's my only child. And they go throw it away. Now, all that work and all that sweat and all that stuff, that parent got it and threw it away because that's my child. And I want to leave my child. So that's your holy grail is what it is. I'll be true. Y'all make me sing. All right. Let's look at FEM 6:2. This is a law. Honor is a what? A law. All right. And I see children doing stuff these days. I be wondering. You know that song? I guess you're wondering how I made it over. Something like that. FEM. What did I say? 6 and who? 12? Come on, let's go to FM Ministry Tech. You got the notes just like I do. That'd be FM 6:2. 6:2. See, it's not the time to think, it's the time to listen now. And then we think and meditate and see how we're going to execute this later. But we want to be in a posture of what? Hearing. Hearing and hearing. Now, he says what? Children do what? Children, obey your parents in Yahweh, for this is right. Do what? So we're not escaping this, right? So this is a what? A principle. Principles are a set of rules and governing laws that cannot be what? Changed. You can't change that. You catching this? You can't change it. Now, as it relates to the parents, you have to get rid of guilt. And you don't want to correct something because you know what you did when you was coming up. That's not, you don't teach a family like that. Where you want to not be hard on them because of what you did not do when you was coming up, and the hell and high water that you gave your parents when you was coming up. So you don't feel that you are justified in correcting your children. Well, you got them now, it's too late. Should have thought about that before you had them. So you are fully responsible for teaching those children what they supposed to hear. And you need to forgive yourself. If your parents are alive, call them, go to them. Mom, I'm sorry. Dad, I'm sorry. I was hard-headed, managed, and I rebelled against you. I want to do my own thing. And if they are not here, you still make your confession to the Father. Father, I was wrong as it relates to my parents. I was hard-headed, did what I want to do, talk about them behind their backs, blah, blah, and get that, confess it. He said, if you come to him, the Father over in Yochanan, Aleph Yochanan 1 and 3, the colonizers call that 1 John 1 and 9, I believe. He says, confess your faults, right? If you confess your sins, he is faithful to do what? Forgive and cleanse. Once the cleansing process takes place, that's it. That includes the cleansing of guilt. See what we do, we go grab it and bring it back, and we grab it and bring it back, then we are not forgiving ourselves, and we don't forgive ourselves. We allow Satan to set his throne up in our belief system, and he is declaring to the Father that now, you see, they exalting their throne above you too, like I said I would. Y'all getting this? All right, so honor your father and mother, which is the what? No, keep reading. With promise. That's not the first commandment, it's the fifth. It's the first one with promise, meaning those other four, you doing this whether I give you some or not. So as relates to honoring the Lord, no, you're going to do this. As relates to that second one, he said, don't have no other gods along with me, no images, no tattoos, marking yourself up, no agreement, no oaths, no pledges, no fans, no not being infatuated with someone. You can't do that. There is no choice in that. And see what the church have done is lied to the folk, told them where the law passed, and didn't know what the heck they were talking about and still don't. Only law have been fulfilled is the ritual and ceremonial. The kingdom law is still in place. These 10 laws that govern holy nations are still in place. You cannot do that. It's a breaking of a law. There is no mercy for it. Only thing that can be done is renounce, denounce. Lord, forgive me. I was ignorant when I did this. And then the third one in terms of lifting ourselves up and bringing vanity to his name. Remember he said, don't, what's the third one? Don't take his authority, his character, his honor. It's not name. They didn't say no name. His character, his honor, and who he is in vain. In other words, don't act like I didn't create everything. Don't even get in your mind that you made nothing. I told you to govern and rule the earth. It don't belong to you. Ain't no promise with that. He's not playing with that. Then the fourth one, he have a covenant of peace, protection, and provision. A covenant that he established for his family in the earth to provide what? Peace, protection, and provision. He said, there is no promise. This is something I did for you. And the benefits and the rights and the privileges, I gave this to you in my law. Then he went to the fifth one and said, okay, here's the promise, children. If you honor your parents, you'll have a good long life. You'll do like the Father intended for us to do. Really, he never intended for us to die. Physical death was never in the plan. Physical death came in because of what? Mankind did what? Rebel against the kingdom laws, right? Now, so after that, all the patriarchs of faith that we read about, we study their lifestyle, even Abram, you know, he said when they laid him down and he went to the weird side, went the ways of the earth. Who was it? Yisrael. Was it Yisrael? When they say he drew his legs up and laid down and he went on. I mean, they would bless the children, bless their families, tell them what's going to happen, lay down and go into glory. They wasn't nobody in no tubes or nothing and things like that. Why? Because those fathers taught their families to honor the father, and he knew it. Why do you think Yitzhak would lay down and let his daddy cut his neck? Do you think that young man honored his father? He honored it with proof. See, you don't have that these days. You can't get a joker to be consistent in doing what you tell him to do. You know he won't let you put no knife to him and kill him. Talking about sacrifice, Dad, you must be in a cult or something. Murder's a crime. You must be crazy. We need to do something to you. And those men, that's what I desire. I want to, even with Joseph, I want to bless my family. And hey, I'm through. My mission is good. Y'all can have it. I'm out of here. That's it.